I heard a beep, a ding, or whatever. Okay, it says we are live. I am on a little early today. And the reason I am on early is because I want to give away whoever is in the classroom right now. Let's see if there's anybody in the classroom. I am scrolling down. I want to make sure that all of you have an opportunity. Well, not all of you, but most of you will have an opportunity to win a book. So we have lots of giveaways today. And so we are going to take time out. And this time it's going to be for the first people that request it. So I want you guys to know that everybody has an opportunity. If you're watching live today, these are for the people who are the teachers' pets who have come into the classroom. So the first book that we're giving away, this is before we start the classroom, before I start the record button for the podcast. The first book that we're giving away is this book by Dr. Keisha Ures, and it's called The Autoimmune Puzzle. Solving the Autoimmune Puzzle. And this is by Dr. Keisha Ures. She was in our classroom a while ago. And these are books that were not claimed in the Jacksonville radio show. Or the radio station in Jacksonville. So when I walked away from radio, they sent me all the books that were not claimed. So some of these books that we're giving away were the unclaimed books. So go figure, you get to take advantage of it. So if you are watching right now, this is before we start the classroom, I'm giving away two books for being the teacher's pets. Okay, so what you need to do to get this is you need to text me at 407-373-5959. And Robert, if you can write down that number, the first two people that text me are going to get, first person who texts me is going to get this book, Solving the Autoimmune Puzzle. So if you know somebody or you have some issues with autoimmune condition, it's text 407-373-5959. Now, if you say, well, I don't have texting, I cannot text, then you can instant message me on Facebook. The number is 407-373-5959. This is a really good book. It's called Solving the Autoimmune Puzzle. It's the woman's guide to reclaiming emotional freedom and vibrant health. She is amazing. So that's the first one. So I haven't gotten a text yet, so it's still out there. So you guys need to claim these today. Claim the change that you want. And if you haven't called or nobody's called, I will give it away. The second book I'm giving away before we get started. So this will be the last one. And again, these were books that I wasn't planning on giving away, but I found. This is called The Essential Oil Diet. So you need to tell me which book you want. So the two books that we're giving away prior to the class starting is Solving the Autoimmune Puzzle, and the other one is The Essential Oil Diet. This is by Dr. Eric Zielinski and Sabrina Ann Zielinski. So make sure you text me at 407-373-5959. Let me know which book you want. And the first person who claims it will get it, okay? So far, nobody's texted me. So, it's up for grabs. So don't think that because you haven't texted me, you don't have the opportunity. So you need to claim it. If you don't try, you won't get it. So today we're going to be talking about, today is my AnniBirthary. Oh my goodness. So hi, Myrna. I'm glad. By the way, I want you guys all to tell me who's watching today. You guys watch and don't even tell me that you're watching. So I want to make sure that you tell me where you're from. How long have you been watching? Also, let me know. Oh, we got a text. Okay, the first person that texted, you need to tell me what book you want. Do you want the autoimmune or the essential oil book? So, okay, Myrna, you're getting the autoimmune book. Yay, Myrna, you're the first one to claim the book. Okay, send me your address privately. Don't send me your address on the line there. Just privately send it to me. The essential oil book. Let's see. Do we have an essential oil person who wants the essential oil book? And this is from Dr. Zelinsky and Sabrina Zelinsky. Okay, so I know we need to get started. I don't want to drive Robert. Okay, we got okay, you can only win one book. You can't take them all, but good try. So, well, you know what? Hey, if the book is not given away by the end, Myrna, it's yours. Okay, so we're going to be giving all these books away today. So I'm going to start the recording before Robert gets crazy with me and says that I am taking too long to get started. Okay, so I need to hit the record button. So, oh, you know what? Okay, make sure, Robert, you keep an eye on YouTube as well. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube, oh, Chester, okay. Oh, I must have, okay, so the autoimmune book is taken now. So not the essential oils book. Okay, Chester, you got it. That one's gone too. I am so excited. I love giving things away and I love surprises. Okay, so today, let me get started on the record for our podcast. Okay, so today is an exciting day because it's my AnniBirthary. Yes, I don't have a speech impediment. It is my AnniBirthary. And I'll explain that a little bit. I'm going to share what's been in my heart lately and the most important gift, I think, that I've acquired from being a part of this classroom. So fasten your seatbelt and it's time to dance, everyone, because we're going to learn and grow together. Here we go.
The Lillian McDermott Show.
We love, we fear, bridges we burn, we make mistakes, then we live and learn. When life gets tough, and it seems like your best ain't good enough. If you're in need of hope, you know where I'll be right here. Right here, and when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here, waiting for
you. This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening friend. It's so nice we can meet each other on this best day ever. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, I hope that this is not the first time that you've been tuning in since 2011. 2011. But if it's your first time, then please know I've been waiting for you. This is a good day to come into the classroom. Please know this is a safe place where you can go to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening, as well as my viewing friends on YouTube and Facebook, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Now, today I am full of gratitude. As a matter of fact, this whole week I haven't been able to sleep. Could be my hormones, but also it could be the excitement and joy. It has been 3,288 days ago. That's 3,288 days. That includes leap years because I calculated that as well. I celebrated my 48th birthday on the first broadcast of the Lillian McDermott Radio Show. Back then, it was a radio show. There was no worldwide, there was no internet at the time or social media at the time. There was none of that. And so I am so thrilled to tell you that the woman who said, "Hello, my listening friends," for the first time is not the woman who's saying, "Hello, my listening and my viewing friends." It's been a journey of discovery. It's been a journey of light and truth. It's been a journey of figuring out that everything I thought to be true wasn't so. Just wasn't so. And many times we hold on to this truth. We hold on to this truth as like a badge of honor, like a shield. And what it does is that it clouds our vision. It keeps us from learning some truth that will set us free. And so today I want to challenge all of you. And Robert, I need for you to keep track of everybody who wins what. So I believe I just want to make sure that I've got this right. Myrna, you claimed the autoimmune book, and Chester claimed the essential oil book. And this is a time contest today. This is about grabbing the moment and seizing the moment. It's not about, oh, I'll never win. I've never won anything before. Do you know how many people tell me that? They have never won anything before, but they claim it in the classroom and they get it. So today we're giving away, I've already given away 2 books, but here's what I'm also going to give away. I'm giving away 3 sessions. I should give away 9 because it's our 9th year. But I'm going to give away 3 hours. So I can give away 3 hours to one person, or I can give away 3 1-hour sessions to 3 different people, or so 1 hour session to 3 different people. And so I can do that as well. So if one person claims it, one person gets all 3. But if 3 people claim it, then 3 people get a 1-hour session, coaching call, life coach, creating a vision plan, and doing all those things that I wouldn't have been able to do. Yes, I could have done it, but I didn't know how to put it together in the way that I have learned through this classroom. And I am so grateful to all of you who have been part of my journey. So before I move forward, I want to talk about the story of how the class began. So if you are new to the classroom, just know that the whole, my marketing company, all of that started as a result of a great deception. Someone recruited me from a job that I loved, offered me an exorbitant amount of money, twice of what I was making, 6 figures of a commission structure. And I walked into that situation. And when I went to sign my agreement, which by the way was too late because I didn't see the agreement until I had already given my resignation, there was a clause, a 90-day clause that they could let me go at any time prior to 90 days without cause. And I questioned that. I questioned it. And they said, well, have you ever been let go from a company? And I said, no, I've never been let go, but it really bothers me that you can. And they said, well, if you do a great job, why would we get rid of you? Well, I did a great job. And they got all my sources, all the contacts that I had. And on the 89th day, they let me go. They let me go on the 89th day. I knew that was not the place for me. And my intuition was kicking in so strong, but I kept ignoring it. But on the 89th day, it happened. On that day, I reached out to some of the doctors that I had been working with to create what they wanted. And the first one that I texted, #1 neurosurgeon in the state of Florida, I let him know that it was a pleasure. I texted him. I said, it's been a pleasure to serve you. Please know I'm no longer working with this company, but I am honored to have met you. I would have never been able to meet this guy prior to that. And within a minute or 2, I got a call from him saying, I'm about to go into surgery. If you start, this is what he said, you need to start your own marketing company and I will be your first client. And it was so. And from there, I created a campaign from him and other doctors that became my clients that I was working with as well. I would have never started a company had it not been for these people. So I am grateful, so grateful to them. I look back with gratitude, although it started with deception. I can choose to continue to be feeling like I had been duped, or they stole my contacts, or they did all those things. Or I can say, wow, look at the giant leap forward that it has given me. And so with that campaign that I created for my doctors, someone said, you should go on the radio and promote that. And I did. I said, yes, find me a radio station that will have me. And they did. WMEL. They had me. They did a show on what I was doing, my marketing campaign. And 30 minutes later, John Harper, bless him, came to me and said, how long have you been doing radio? And I looked at my watch and I went, 30 minutes. The rest is history. That was so long ago. It was longer than 3,288 days ago because it took a couple of months to create the classroom. But I'm so grateful. So that is why I'm calling this an AnniBirthary, because it's more than an anniversary of the classroom. It is my birthday. Yeah, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. And we're giving away gifts. Okay, the next book I want to give away is from Dr. Darren Weissman. So for those of you who know Dr. Darren Weissman, he has a protocol or a way that you can release past traumas, figure out what's dwelling in your body. And so the first person to text, oh, you know what? I don't want to be unfair to the people who are watching on YouTube. That's why I want you to text me, 407-373-5959. So the first person to text will get this book. It's called Awaken to the Secret Code in Your Mind. And how many times, and this is when it started happening for me, this rebirth, reawakening, is when I met Bruce Lipton, when I learned about Bruce Lipton, and Dr. Bruce Lipton came into the classroom and he taught me that it's not just my genes, it's my epigenetics. It's what created what my thought, my belief. It's what creates and runs my life, my diseases, my whatever. And I don't call them my anymore, but that was how I would look at it back then. So I want to encourage you that if you want a copy of this book, and again, these were books that were, and I'm trying to fix it there so that you can see it. These were books that were left over from the Jacksonville radio station that people did not claim, that were giveaways back then. So you get to take advantage of it. Okay, so the first person to claim 407-373-5959, you can text me that you want the Awakening book, and it's the secret code of your mind. Hack into the secret code. So that was another thing. So let's claim it. I will let you know when the book is claimed. So you got to claim it. Claim a book. Claim whatever you want to claim. And I'm going to send this book to you. And okay, so the book, Essential Oil book, is given away, but I have other books too. Okay, so that is what started my rebirth. When I learned that the thoughts in my head, first it's a thought, then it's a feeling, and then it's an action. And when I learned that, that was life-changing for me. And so with that came a desire to learn more, right? So when I started the show, it was about having conversations with people, everyday people that, you know, had a difference of opinion, and being able to have a conversation without having to change their mind. You don't need to change my mind, but you can share what you've learned. And I don't need to change your mind, but I can share what I've learned. It's up to you to decide to research it and make your own decision. And so that is how it started. And then I was challenged in the classroom, or in the show at the time, to go raw vegan for 30 days. I said again, bring it. Yes, I'll try it. How many of you could try something like this and say, oh, I'm going to try something new, as opposed to, oh man, I can't have my meat. I can't have my, whatever it is, that cheese. I did it. And after 4 days, I felt really good. But it wasn't that I felt bad. I just didn't know I could feel better. And so with that in mind, did somebody text me here for the Awakening book? And these are so important. These are important books to prep your mind into realizing that perhaps what you believe is not reality. Maybe it's a fabricated truth, or that somebody shared with you because they thought that that was the truth, and you have adopted it into your truth, and it's not. So it's called the Awakening to the Secret Code, 407-373-5959. And if it's difficult to text, because it's just hard to go back and forth. So if you cannot text me, you need to instant message me. Instant message me on Facebook at Lillian's Radio Show. I'll give you a little break. That way it's all there. I've been hunting for people when I do that. And today is all about, it's my birthday. It's my AnniBirthray. So I'm going to make it as easy for me so that I can celebrate and honor all of you as well. Okay, so food. What did that to me? Well, if food can do that to me, what else is out there? And so I started searching, and I learned about water, and I learned about vitamin C, and how I could, nutrition was so important, but vitamin C, taking vitamin C with Dr. Andrew Saul. During a break, he said, Lily, I can help you get off all your asthma medication. Bring it. Once again, how many times we say, no, I can't. I won't win it. No, I'm not going to try. I'm not going to do it. How many times do we say that to ourselves? Today is about doing it, because these whole 9 years have been about saying yes to things I have no idea how to do. But God created us with an immense capacity to create whatever we want to create. Now, don't trust me if you're having brain surgery and I walk in with a scalpel and a mask. I'm not capable of doing that. I could if that was my calling and I studied it and became really good. Don't give me a basketball, because I might hit a basketball in doing the granny shot. But if I wanted to be a basketball player and I went for it, first it's a thought, then it's the feeling, then it's the action. It's not about somebody's going to give it to me. I need to accept it, embrace it, take it. That's why I want all of you, the first person. So I'm not going to move. I'm going to move on from this book. The first person to claim this book, it belongs to you. I'm going to send it to you. All you have to do is say, text 407-373-5959, and the book is yours, so that you can start reawakening the mind and learning some new truths. It may be something that you get and you give away. Okay, so I'm going to move on to this journey that has been leading me to where I'm at today. I wish I do have a book from Andrew Saul, but I kept it for myself so that I can give it away to somebody I want to give to. Okay, so the next one was vitamin C. Wow, what else does vitamin C do? Oh my goodness, it does a lot. It does a lot. And so I met a lot of teachers that were teaching about alternative ways to heal cancer. Oh my goodness, what an amazing discovery that has been. No one, and I know people believe that they have been healed because of chemotherapy, and maybe that's true, but a low percentage of you have healed because of that. Because if you're, okay, so which book? Okay, Based Mama, I don't know who you are. Please choose me for the book. Okay, so let me know which book you're claiming. So the Awakening book. So if that's the one you want, text me back and say that's what you want. I love this. I love giving things away. Can you tell? This is like the best gift ever for me to give you these treasures. And you can go back and watch the class that we did together. So in comes Dr. Okay. So, okay, you got it. Okay. So we've just given away to Based Mama. So text me your name. So the Awakening book is gone. Yes. Okay. So the next was cancer. So much cancer in our family, Robert's family, and so many people dying of the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation. When I discovered that no one is chemotherapy deficient, no one is deficient in radiation. But what are the deficiency? So it's Julie, Robert. Julie gets the book, the Awakening book. So I met a lot of teachers in a 2-week period of time. Accidentally, my scheduler, my right hand at the time, was booking all these cancer doctors. And then I met Dr. Carlos Garcia. It's a longer story before Carlos Garcia, but before Carlos Garcia, James Forsyth, Dr. Charles Majors, Billy Best, all those people were in the classroom, and I was learning just like you. We were all learning together. So the next book I'm giving away, and you better put your hand on the dial, 407-373-5959. This is an unbelievable book that you will learn how it plays a key in our life. That's 407-373-5959. Dr. Carlos Garcia wrote the book, Cancer is a Symptom. Cancer is a symptom. By the time you have cancer, you've had it, or you've been diagnosed with cancer, you've had it for years and years and years and years. But what is the commonality between getting a cancer diagnosis or getting a COVID-19 diagnosis? Who can answer that? I know all of you are watching in the classroom, and I'm so excited. Let me know where you're watching from. And so thankful to all of you for being in the classroom today. So what do they all have in common? Fear. Fear. It's the F word. Truly the F word. So Cancer is a Symptom by Carlos Garcia. Claim the book if you want it. 407-373-5959. And I think, nope, not claimed yet. So for those of you who think, I never win anything, you're going to have an opportunity today, but you got to say, yes, I want to win this book. Okay, so 407-373, and thank you, Robert, for writing it. So Cancer is a Symptom is a great book that not only gives you the physical aspect of it, but there's an emotional attachment to cancer, past traumas, past, medals. There are, yesterday in the classroom, we talked to Dr. Bob Roundtree, and we talked about the metals and the assaults from the environment that we are receiving without us even knowing. So this is one of the books that was left over, and I thought someone needs this book. Everybody knows someone with cancer. I want to encourage all of you. This is what did it for me. What did it for me was watching the documentary. When I started looking at, all these alternative ways to heal, my cousin, who kind of pushed me into, you got to learn more about this. You got to learn more about it. He's an orthomolecular biologist who is doing great things that I can't talk about because they're secret. Anyway, because of it, okay, Rebecca, you got the cancer book. Congratulations. Great move. All of these books are phenomenal books. Okay, so Rebecca got the cancer book. Now, with that in mind, I want to tell you, Dr. Hammer. Oh, let me go. The Cancer, the Forbidden Cure. So Cancer, the Forbidden Cure was a book or a video. And Robert, remind me to put the link on there. Poor Robert. He's like, the link. I will put the link below. I want all of you to watch how many people have invented the cure for cancer. But you can't say that. It's illegal. The only way to heal cancer is chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery. Those are the only way approved by the FDA. And they've proven time and time and time again that they have remedies that will take it away natural without, these are deficiencies in the body. So that's the question. What is my body deficient in? And so if it's not FDA approved, they will shut you down. They will raid you. Dr. Carlos Garcia was raided, his very thriving place. And when I went to see his patients, all attached to whatever drip they were getting, they looked radiant. They weren't getting chemotherapy. They were getting vitamin C. They were getting magnesium. They were getting things that were deficient in mega doses for their body. So that is the book, Cancer is a Symptom. And I started the McDermott Holistic Healing Foundation because of it, because I want to be able to help pay for treatments, these treatments that are not covered by your insurance. That's what I want to do. So if you have extra money and you want to donate, right now we've been hacked or something, the McDermott Holistic Healing Foundation, you go on there and it says Deborah. So whoever Deborah is, our logo is missing, things are missing. And I want for you to help out so that we can give to people who are wanting to try something different and new that has been proven time and time again, but not FDA approved. I'm not telling you how to deal with it. I just know that fear is what controls us. When we are fearful, we will do anything without checking. If I were to yell, fire or bomb into a theater, you're not going to verify facts. You're going to run like heck. You're going to run like there's no tomorrow, and I will probably be at the front of the line. But when you know that you've had this for a while, and if you had it for 10 years, or Mark Simon said 20 to 50 years you've had it growing in your body, what's one day? What's 1 week? You get a diagnosis on one day, and the next day you're in surgery. That doesn't make sense. Pray for someone to help you see that your intuition is valuable. But when your intuition is tainted in fear, then you need to look beyond what the traditional treatments are and and that's what we have at the McDermott Holistic Healing Foundation. And Robert, I don't know if that's been taken care of yet, but if you go to McDermottHolisticHealingFoundation.org, you will learn about other therapies that will help heal your body. I'm not saying anything about a cancer cure because that would shut me down. So they're not FDA approved for that treatment, but there's a lot of drugs out there that have a private label, or not a private label, but what do you call that when you're using it for other uses? I forget what it's called, but it's doable. It's like the hydroxychloroquine is used for malaria, but they're actually using it for COVID-19 patients, and they're recuperating within 3 hours. And so that leads me to my next discovery. And the discovery that, cancer, that watching Cancer, the Forbidden Cures, and Robert, did you write that down? And I'll put the link on there that I'm going to put the link on there. I just want to make sure I follow up with all of you. But then I met Judy Mikovits back in 2016. I started learning about this. I watched the documentary Vaxxed, and I met Dr. Andrew Wakefield, Del Bigtree, Judy Mikovits. And so the next book I am giving away is Miller's Review for Critical Vaccine Studies. He has taken every single vaccine and he has shared what the ingredients are, what the causes of what they put into it, and why people are getting sick, why people's natural immune system is what we need. Vaccines are trying to supersede what God has already given us. But if your body isn't doing it, it's because there's a deficiency. Figure out what the deficiency is, and then boom, your body will start working the way it needs to work. So 407-373-5959, be the first person. And by the way, if you want a book already, just let's wait till the end of the classroom. If at the end of the classroom, the book has not, after we're done with the podcast, we'll bring these books back up and you can claim them there if you've won a book. So yes, this is off-label. Thank you, Deidre. Thank you so much. It's off-label uses. And so with the vaccines, of course, when it comes to cancer and alternative ways to heal your body, I've taken a stand. When it comes to nutrition and different ways to heal our body, I've taken a stand. Because I said yes to the classroom, and because I started learning about this stuff, I had to figure out how do I recreate? Because everything I believe is a lie, and every lie that I thought that was false is true. It was like I had to start. I felt like today I'm celebrating my 9th birthday. I'm this many, and I really mean it. When you say, how old are you? I'm this many, I'm this many, I'm this many. I am this many today, because that is what this journey, and I hope that you continue to grow with me in the classroom. So we still have this book available, Miller's Review, Critical Vaccine Studies, Neil Z. Miller, one by one. And by the way, I have posted the ingredients for vaccines and the schedule for vaccine. But if you want it, I will send it to you. You just have to claim it. Just have to ask for it. And so this is Miller's Review, Critical Vaccine Studies. And again, fear. Fear keeps us from looking at, why am I so fearful of something? Can I trust someone who's going to be making money, who has no liability, by the way? Can I trust somebody to say, trust me? Can I trust somebody to say, I have nothing to gain, but here's information, and you make a choice. You make the choice. And so I want to share, for those of you who have learned something, and I would love for you to share with me or with us some of the things that you have learned in the classroom. What have you learned in the classroom that has awakened you? What has been your aha moment that you have felt, wow, I'm glad that I watched the classroom that one time, or I'm glad that was a message just for me. And you can privately share that if you like, if you don't want to share with everybody watching today and putting it on I would love to hear. And so I had mentioned that, and Cheryl and Mike, they sent me a text, and they said it was through meeting you very early after our move to Jacksonville and the beginning of our journey to understand that food is powerful and medicinal. We are introduced to so many quality teachers through the classroom that taught us to take responsibility for our health. Dr. Furman, Mercola, Cowden, and so many. And they were the they were fortunate to have been working with Dr. Grable, Dr. Stephen Grable, who was a sponsor of the classroom. This was an ongoing process that we learned and share with others as we are doing. Michael is off all medications following his heart issue in January 2018, except a very low dose of medication to control Afib. And even with that, he is experimenting with foods and timing, etc., to see what he can do to conquer it. And I believe he will. I truly believe he will. We are both so much healthier, thinner, and aware. I'd love to see a picture today. And Awaken from having met you. That's very sweet. I'm kind of reading this for the first time. We really enjoyed the Heal Tribe. And by the way, I need someone to help me manage that when we were in Jacksonville. Oops. We, let's see, we have, I lost my place. We have healthcare coverage for our retirement, but I'm always referring people to Liberty Health Share, First Alternative, and as a solution to people seeking help in that area. So I want to thank Cheryl and Mike for your support and for sharing that those are some of the ways that the class has helped you. And so those are the things, the mindset, cancer, vaccines, chemicals in water. Chemicals in water was something, and I thought I had a book. I don't have it with me. So this book hasn't been claimed yet. For those of you who that have children or that are wanting to just look at what's in your flu vaccine, the mercury, the aluminum that's been found in brains of people who've been told they have dementia. This is an important book, 407-373-5959. Okay, so the chemicals in water, that was so important too. So we have in our, and I'm going to stop right now because I want to say thank you to all the sponsors in the classroom who have helped make sure that the classroom grows. And Nori Nutraceuticals, Nori now is it's Nutritional Oncology Institute, Research Institute. That's Nutritional Oncology Research Institute, Nori. They have nutraceuticals, they have CBD, but most importantly, Mark Simon is a coach. He's a coach that has lots of experience in helping the body heal so that the body can act as it needs to act. And so you may not know that right now that your body is needing help, but by giving it what it needs, when you get a cancer diagnosis and you give your body what it needs, it will return to optimal health. That's what we were given. That's how we were created. And by the way, if you put Lily 10, and we need to get the link on there, Lily 10, you will get 10% off whatever products you buy. And that's norinutraceuticals.com. And that's noricbd.com. Enter Lily 10 and you get 10% off your purchase. Keep Me Safe Organics. As you know, you get 10% off there too. Your entire purchase as many times as you go in there. And it's all organic. And it, you know, the chemicals that we lock under our cabinets are in our makeup. That was another awakening that I had. And so go to check out them. And we're going to be doing on May 28th. And if you have an RSVP, you need to RSVP. If you've purchased any of the makeup for Keep Me Safe Organics, we're going to do a private virtual makeover. So you will get an invitation, but you need to RSVP. I sent everybody who has purchased anything to be a part of this private virtual makeover fun day. So make sure you RSVP. Check the email might be in your junk mail, but make sure you RSVP. Victoria is already in the classroom. She received it. She's always in the front row. She always says she's in the front row. And so please make sure you save your space. First Alternative Care, as Cheryl had said, you know, family practice, dermatology, and 3 hours a year of behavioral health counseling for the entire household, plus a portal that has 3.2 trillion different algorithms that will work for you, not your neighbor, because the one size does not fit all, for $45 a household a month. That's everybody in your household. And if you have a kid going to college, they're in your household too. The pharmacy in Merritt Island, what a support for 3 or 4 years. The pharmacy in Merritt Island, and by the way, they are certified sterile compounding, and we're going to get them in the classroom soon. But you get 20% off if you mention my name. Live Longer Medical, making you as beautiful on the inside out. And they're in India Atlantic, Florida. We're going to be talking about IV therapy on Tuesday of next week. And you can check out all the classes that we've done with Live Longer Medical. And of course, affiliate sponsors such as Ground Therapy. And by the way, if you buy anything from Ground Therapy this year, please let me know so I can say thank you. I'm not getting any notification, so I really don't know. So please send me a notification if you do. And then, of course, Brain Tap. You can go there onto my shop bag and click onto the 15-day trial for free. You don't even have to give any information other than your name or your email or whatever, so that they can send you the information that you need. And that is something that you can help rewrite the program. And it's free for 15 days, and you can use your own headsets. You don't need to have any other headsets. Okay, so so support our sponsors the way that they're supporting the classroom. And when you are at whenyouneedafriend.com, make sure you follow and you subscribe to all my social media, including BitChute. So you can click on Watch Live. BitChute is in there, although we're not live there. It's not available to do. So if you can subscribe to that, because you don't know how long they will be keeping us on the air for Facebook and YouTube, because that's the next thing that I want to talk to you about. And I know that this is probably the most important thing. Back a couple of years ago, I remember my guest did not show. My guest did not show, and I'm getting a lot of, let me see, we're getting some issues there with lighting. My guest did not show, and I went ahead and decided I was going to go on. I was going to continue going on, even though I had like 5 minutes to prepare. And the night before, I learned that we were being censored. That was a couple of years ago. Thank God we're still here. And so I remember how horrible I felt. I felt, gosh, I didn't realize that the First Amendment, this is where I'm going here right now, is the First Amendment. Oh, before I go there, let me just, okay, we still have Miller's Review. So that book is still available, 407-373-5959. And now I'm going to do 3 books, because you'll claim it. Claim the one you want. The first one to claim it gets it. It's Food Sanity by Dr. David Friedman. It's How to Eat in a World of Fads and Fiction. Now, this is a great book. He has been in the classroom, Dr. Friedman. He's my brother from another mother. And it tells you the history of how things changed from animal consumption all the way to, there was one class that we did that was so much fun. It was the Millionaire Within. It was the Millionaire Within. And we talked about the things that we don't know are in us that are worth so much, our organs that are worth so much money. So Food Sanity by Dr. David Friedman, 407-373-5959. And, oh, this is funny. I'll have to share this memory. For The Beauty, this is Dr. David Wolf. Did I say it right? Judy and Philip, and all of you who corrected it. You know, I'm Spanish, so I said woof, so sue me. I take full responsibility for not saying it correctly, but The Beauty Diet by Dr. David Wolf. It's the Puerto Rican in me coming out. Okay, so we're going to be giving this one away. Be the first one to claim it, 407-373-5959, The Beauty Diet. Unlock the 5 secrets of ageless beauty. Who doesn't want to be beautiful and ageless? So that's the next book we're giving away. And another for the mind. The mind is Living in a Mindful Universe by Dr. Eben Alexander, MD. Living in a Mindful Universe. It's a neurosurgeon's journey into the heart of consciousness. So that's Eben Alexander. So these are all classes that you can go check out at whenyouneedafriend.com. Please subscribe, because that is where you will find me if you no longer find me on Facebook and YouTube. And you get free gifts when you do that. You also get my 90-day challenge to self-love, the ebook. That's 90-day challenge to self-love ebook. And so this book is one of the guests that the teachers that we've had, where I believe he had a near-death experience and came back to share about it. And of course, there's a lot of people who say that he was a failing neurosurgeon and came up with this to make money. Well, whatever you believe, it doesn't matter. I don't need to change your mind. But the book is, books are a great way to learn a little bit more about what you didn't know you didn't know. Okay, so the 3 books, next year you claim it. Let me just read what Rebecca said. It says, very difficult for me to relay how you've helped me. So I will tell you that I love what I love about you. Now, you're not allowed to make me cry. I'm going to get my magnifying glass so I can get this one. Your voice, your positivity, your intelligence, your relentless momentum to making people live better. You rock. Thank you. Thank you. Very sweet of you. You know, there's very little, like if you were to say, are you doing this for money? No, I'm not. But it would be nice to get paid. It would be nice to get paid. But I do this because it's in me. I was created for this, even though I was told that I would never amount to much by my 2nd grade teacher. So even though that was the conversation in my head, I said yes. So I want to encourage all of you to say yes to the things that you know that are, gosh, maybe they scare you. If something scares you, then that means your body wants you to learn more about it. But don't look at one side only, because every doctor that probably, most every doctor that comes on this classroom is probably written up in Quack Watch. And you will learn about Quack Watch. What did you say about my voice, Rebecca? Anyone that you watch or that you go to Quack Watch, you'll go to Cancer, the Forbidden Cures, and Quack Watch is in there. So you will learn about that too. Remember, you have to look at the fact that when things are natural, you can't patent it. And you can't patent certain things. You can patent a recipe. You can patent something that is created, but you can't patent natural. And so with that in mind, it's getting really bright in here. I don't know if you can see it. With that in mind, please know that when somebody says something is not good, find out why. Go to that other side. Don't just send, listen, I look at Quack Watch. I look at them because I want to make sure I see what they say and I search it and I research it. And when I can prove to myself that this is just money-driven manipulation, then they're welcome to come in the classroom. If their credentials match, if they're doing great work, even if it's not FDA approved, if they're using it for the off-label, which they can, all drugs do it. Why would they shut somebody down because it's not FDA approved? You got to think about these things. Deidre says, thanks for all you have taught everyone. You're always a place of peace. Thank you so much, Deidre. Thank you so much. This is so sweet. Okay, these 3 books are still available. Living Mindful Universe, Dr. David Wolf, The Beauty Diet. And I said Wolf, Judy. And Food Sanity by David Friedman. So these 3 books, and I'm going to keep them up here because if they're not claimed, if you want a book, you can claim it too after the end of the class. So those of you who are teachers' pets, you will get a copy of that. Another one is from Dr. Jason Calton and Mira Calton. She had osteoporosis. And I mean, to the point where she had to leave her career and couldn't even get out of bed. She was in so much pain. So she discovered anti-inflammatory nutritional supplements and all of that were able to help her with getting strong again and reversing osteoporosis. Imagine that she could reverse osteoporosis. So it's called the Microcurrent Miracle. It's a 28-day plan to lose weight, increase your energy, and reverse disease. So this book was left over in Jacksonville when I stopped the class there. And so it could be yours. Claim it. Be the first one to text 407-373-5959. But you got to do it. You can't just wait for something to happen. And so I am got my phone right here. So claim it, text it, 407-373-5959. Just wait till you get to the last book. I think that's probably what's happening. Healing PCOS. So if you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which I do, I was told I could never have children, which I have. And so don't always believe what you're being told. Look it up. So Amy Medlin, a teacher in the classroom, came in and shared her story of healing PCOS. And for those of you who have polycystic ovarian syndrome, it used to be polycystic ovarian disease, but now it's polycystic ovarian syndrome. And she is able to help people who have been diagnosed with this, to be able to have children, to be able to have all the things that you want. Don't let a diagnosis take over your life. Even if it's something that you were born with, you can minimize the side effects by changing the way you think, the way you eat, the way you exercise, the way you drink, the things that you do, nature, the removing stress from your body. You know what? I should have given a Dr. Lorraine Day book, but I don't have any extra ones of those. I'd have to give you my copy. I won't do that. Okay, so healing PCOS, 407-373-5959 will get you that book. That's all you have to do. Okay, and the last book. The last book is, of course, we've given away so many Dr. Joel Fuhrman books that I am going to say I'm not going to give that one. We've given so many books, but just know that we'll be giving more books of that on whenever he comes on once a month, and we don't have any left over. So how can I get better? We just had Dr. Richard Horowitz in the classroom last Thursday, a week ago today, and he talked about how to get better with over-the-counter supplements from coronavirus, COVID-19. But this is for people who have Lyme disease or any condition and you're just not getting better. Here you go. This one's for you. Claim it. 407-373-5959. And if these books aren't gone, if you want the books and you have claimed a book, then you will be able to go for the second one. Okay, so that's it for all the books. Also, there are 3, the 1-hour coaching sessions. So if one person claims it, you get all 3. If 3 people claim it, then I will separate those. So this is what I want. Okay. So Brianne Staggs, you won the book for How Can I Get, I knew this one was, I bet you everybody was waiting for this one. Okay, so that one's gone. So that was Brianne. Okay, so I want to say a couple of things before we go, and I do want to talk a little bit more. But without the help of Robert McDermott and Brooke Petzalik, I wouldn't be able to do this. These are people that are behind the scenes that are just so helpful lifting me up. If it weren't for you, the students in the classroom, I'm a student too. And Robert, can you give me just 5 more minutes? 5 more minutes. I'm a student too. And so with that in mind, I want to thank you all. I couldn't do this without Brooke and Robert and Ashley before that, and Brittany before that, and Michelle before that. So I couldn't have done this without the help. I was doing this all by myself without your support. Bob, you've been so helpful. He is a student in the classroom, an enrolled student, and he helps financially the classroom. And all of you who have helped by promoting it, by doing the different things that you've done. I really love and appreciate everything that you are doing, because without you, we could not share this information. I hope and I pray that all of you have, and I started talking about this and I want to go back to it, the importance of the First Amendment. The First Amendment in our Constitution of the United States prevents the government from making laws which regulate an establishment of religion, prohibits the free exercise of religion, or abridge, so they can't, okay, so let me just say this again. It prevents the government from making laws which regulate an establishment of religion, prohibits the free exercise of religion, or abridges the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press, the right of peacefully assembling, or the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. It was adopted in December of 1791. Thank you for all the men, because I don't know how much the women, I'm sure the women were nagging and telling their husbands or their significant others, do this, please sign it, because, you know, that's what we do. But so I'm saying it's different times, and their wisdom still stands. It still stands. And I want all of you to know that if one day you go on Facebook and you don't see it, or if you go on YouTube and you don't see me, you still can find me at whenyouneedafriend.com. They can't take that. But that's illegal. They can't silence me, because the Constitution, the First Amendment, and I am not about politics, and I am not about sports. I'm about living the life of our dreams. But you know, it's become intertwined. How many of you are suffering because you have been locked down? Unconstitutional. We should be able to move about freely. And whether it's COVID-19 or the common cold or pink eye, stay home if you don't want to contaminate other people. Or if you are susceptible, wear a mask, stay home, do whatever you can to be able to exercise your freedom to do whatever it is that you want and protect your body. There's so many different ways that we can claim what we want. So many different ways we can do that. Please understand that we are a free country. But is that an illusion? How will we remember 2020? How will we remember 2020? Will we remember this as the year that we learned that the things we believed true were false, and the things that we thought false were true? In 1981, the head of the CIA said, "We will know our disinformation program is a success when everything Americans believe is a lie." Look it up. Look it up. It is time for us to take a stand for our freedom of speech. I used to use a mic to sing, and now I use it to share what I've learned from that. If food can do this, what else is out there? Becoming a life coach. And by the way, we're giving away 3 coaching sessions, 3 1 hours. So if one person claims it and that's it, you get all 3. 3 hours of life coach, certified life coach. So it's time. I look at what's happening to Judy Mikovits. It's time to take a stand, to research why. Now you can research what they're saying she did wrong, But if she did any of that, she'd still be in jail. Why is she out? Why was she out? Why was she given a 5-year gag rule? It is time to look beyond. Don't repeat, don't believe anything I say. Research it. And if you want to know my source, ask me. I will give it to you. And you can research beyond that. No need to reinvent the wheel. You can research whatever it is. It is time to wake up. All of us, wake up. You are enough. One, you can do great things, but together we are an overwhelming majority. It takes women sometimes to make a change. Look at what they did with MAD. Look at what we did with other things. You talk about vaccines, those moms and dads are out there right now. Parents, take over. Don't let people tell you what to do. It is time to wake up to all these things. And for those of you who are listening on podcasts, please know that although the class is ending now, there's still more information that we're talking to the teacher's pet after the class. And we're going to be giving more books away. So stay tuned. Please remember that I am honored and I take 100% responsibility for what happens in the classroom. And I don't want it to stay in the classroom. I want all of you to experience it and share it too. Please remember, I'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever.
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott Radio Show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.
Okay, so thank you for staying on, because we still have some books that we're giving away. We still haven't given away the coaching session. So if you want a coaching session, creating your vision that you want, this isn't about making you right or wrong. This is about pulling out of what you want in your life. And so if you want to claim that, you can claim it, 407-373-5959. I'm going to take a moment to read. I'm going to tell you the books that we have available. So if you want this, and if you've already won a book and you want this book, claim it, 407-373. Okay, so Myrna, you are cooking with gas, woman. Okay, so Myrna wants the beauty diet. You're claiming that one. Okay, so it's yours. So it's the beauty diet by David Wolf. And it's unlocking the 5 secrets of ageless beauty from inside out. So here we go. We're going to give that one away. So thank you. And microcurrent miracle. Okay, we got that one. You guys are good students in the classroom. Okay, the microcurrent miracle, we're giving it away as well. And that one is yours too. Based Mama. I think that's, I forget the name of who that one was. I think it's Rachel. Let's see, Rebecca. Maybe it's Rebecca. Let's see. I just want to say it by name. Okay, let's see. It is Julie. You won this book. Okay, so 2 books. Gosh, that's pretty good. Okay, we still haven't given away the coaching sessions, and the coaching sessions should be a part of. Robert, if you're listening, can you come in and close the window, because I am like disappearing here. Okay, so then the next book that we have is Living in a Mindful Universe. This is for people that love the, people that are near-death experience. So if you love that concept, if you want to learn more about it, this is by Eben Alexander. Thank you so much, Robert. Living in a Mindful Universe. It's a neurosurgeon's journey into a heart of consciousness. You can have this book too. Please claim it, 407-373-5959. And let me see, let me open this one right here. Okay, so we are changing things around because the windows were getting really, really bright and I was disappearing on you guys. Okay, Eben Alexander. So anyone who wants this book can claim it, 407-373-5959. I'll keep this one up here. Oh, you know what? And this is another book that I want to give. It's called The Fearless Path by Leah Guy. I have that one left over. I want to give this one away. If you find yourself fearful. It's a radical awakening to emotional healing and inner peace. So if you would like a copy of this book by Leah Guy, you can also claim it, 407-373-5959. But while we're waiting for you guys to claim, I'm going to read some of the stuff that you guys have written. Food Sanity. We still have Food Sanity. So by Dr. David Friedman, my brother from another mother. Very interesting information in here. Like, milk does not do the body good. We've known that one. It's #1 cause of osteoporosis and childhood diabetes. So if you want to learn more, claim. Oh, which one are you taking? It says, I'll take it. Which one? You just sent me this text. You got to let me know what your name is, what book you want, because I just did the Fearless Path. I also did, which one is it? Let me see if you have it. Fearless Path. Okay, it's a Fearless Path. Sorry, I didn't realize you had texted me several times. Okay, so Fearless Path is gone. And that one is by Chester. Oh my God, you guys are breaking it in. This is good. Okay, so let's see, we have Food Sanity. We still have Food Sanity. Okay, and by the way, loving all the love makes that's my salary. All the love, the hearts, and all the payments, the affirmations. That's my love language, by the way. You want to love me? Send me some love affirmations. Okay, so I am surprised this one's still here. This one, I've given it to people that have children, and they've given it back to me. They say this is nonsense. Unbelievable. Nonsense? Look at the ingredients. Who wants aluminum in their body? Who wants mercury? A toxic chemical in your body. Who wants formaldehyde? Listen, I don't even want formaldehyde when I die. I want to be cremated after my organs are given away. So, okay, let me see. So we've got that one. So critical vaccines, claim it, Food Sanity, and then we have the Living a Mindful Universe. We also have 3 hours of coaching. So if you want to work on something, maybe an issue, it's time to claim it. 407-373-5959. And let's see, any comments here? I'm just checking too. Okay, so I want to say thank you to, and by the way, when I say don't be so married to your belief, I'm going to give you an example. I was just accused of saying exactly what I'm doing, which is I'm married to the belief that chemotherapy and radiation are not good for the body. Well, I have researched it, and that became my belief. That became my belief system. This is what I believe because I researched it, not because somebody told me that that was something that I didn't repeat it. I actually researched it. Somebody said you're not. You can survive with vitamin C, or you can. This is a spirit, mind, body approach to healing. Dr. Hammer, in the book with Dr. Carlos Garcia, you will discover. Oh, okay. So Julie, you want the mindfulness? Wow. You guys are getting some big old, thanks to Bob. He just made a wonderful donation. I can afford to send you all these books. So thank you, Bob. This is your doing. This is what created all this. I'm like, oh, I've got some extra money. And so I'm giving it to you guys. I'm going to be sending you guys this soon now. Now just know that it's going to take some time for the mail, get me to the mailbox. But just know it's coming. Okay, so what was I saying? No, you got the book. So here's what happened. On Tuesday, I had Nori, Mark Simon. When I researched Mark Simon, when they reached out to me and they said, we want to be a part of your class, we want to be a sponsor. First of all, I thought they were joking. It took me a week to reply because I had to research them. And I had some of my radio friends say to me, man, Lillian, just take the money. No, I can't. I take responsibility. And if the money comes, great. So after 1 week of researching Mark, I reached out to him. I emailed him and said, thank you. First of all, I didn't know if he was real or not, or if this was like somebody sent me a hacked. So once I had a conversation with him and I realized that our philosophy were in very much alignment, but we didn't have everything in common. So I started looking at some of the things that he said, like, for example, what is, and I know my friend Kimberly Kirshner, she also follows Dr. Michael Greger. And what he says, it's, oh gosh, where's Mark Simon? My notes, methionine. Methionine, I think that's, and if you're watching, Kimberly, I don't know if Kimberly is watching, but if you are, I think I said it right, methionine. And depletion, that's what he believes. So I started looking into it. You know, that's another tool. I could have said, no, I don't believe in that because I already researched it. No, things change. So if somebody gives me evidence that chemotherapy is better than vitamin C or doing a spirit, mind, and body cleanse, then I'm all in to look about it. So just because I believe it and I say this is my belief, it doesn't mean I'm going to discredit what you're going to say. I don't try to change my mind. I'm not going to change your mind. I'm okay with you believing chemotherapy. And if you want to do chemotherapy, and listen, if you're part of the people that have healed and you believe that this is what healed you, then that's great. But I'm here to tell you, you healed yourself. Your belief that you were going to survive through it all, you had a reason to live, that did more for you, because they've done studies of people that have not done any chemotherapy, didn't do any radiation, maybe did surgery, maybe they did do surgery, but didn't do anything else because they believed their body would heal. Their belief and their alignment created the world that happened within them. So those are some of the things that I will research even after. If there's like something new or different, I will research. Okay, so I know that there's a lot of comments here. I want to go back to look at the original comments. And I just want to say thank you to Myrna and Deborah. Hi, Miss Lillian, watching you from Yorktown, HTS. Somebody's going to have to help me with HTS. Love to have the essential book. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry that the book is gone. So Deidre's from Amelia Island. Thank you, Deidre. Chester, thank you for watching today. Thank you for the happy AnniBirthary. I created that word. You got the autoimmune book. Let's see, the autoimmune book. Oh, you've already claimed that. Myrna, thank you. Kimberly. Kimberly, thank you so much for watching. So I don't know if you're still watching. I'm going to go down the list. Marjorie, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. And Rebecca Wakefield, Dunnigan, thank you so much. Kay, thank you for the off-label comment. Thank you for that. It just flew away from my mind. How many times have I said that? Rebecca, thank you for your kind words. Deidre, is it Deidre? It says, Lillian, thank you are speaking to the people who need to hear you. Thank you. Thanks for all you have taught everyone. You're always a place of peace. I think I read that already, so thank you. Victoria, you're in the classroom today. I thought you were being very silent. It says, you have changed the lives of many. Thank you for showing me that I can forgive when I felt it was hopeless. It continues to be life-changing. You're welcome. Thank you. That was a great conversation, by the way. See, so many blessings have happened as a result of saying yes. How many times do we hold ourselves back? If I would have believed Mr. Torres as a second grader, as a 7-year-old, that I would never amount to much, well, actually, I believed him. And sometimes that child still comes out and I have to tell her that it's time to quiet Dr. Torres in my brain. But it was one of those things where when I would achieve anything, it just wasn't enough. Anybody could have done that. A monkey, I remember saying a monkey could do that. No big deal. A monkey can do that because it shouldn't be much. If I did it, then it wasn't much. How many of us believe that? We are enough. We are enough. And if I would have said, no, I've never studied how to do a radio show. No, I never would become a life coach. No, I'll never try to start a business. No, I said yes. And then I figured it out. My body figured it out. My intuition allowed me to look at the right sources and to know the right people, and just do it. Don't try it. Don't try it. Do it. Do it. Believe enough in your God-given rights to do it. So let me continue on. So she says, Deidre, which one did you buy? I don't know what you bought. And thank you, Robert and Brooke from Deidre. That's so nice of you. And Brooke says, so grateful to be a part of the classroom. Happy Adam. Thank you, Brooke, for watching. That is so sweet. You are about truth. Thank you so much, Deidre. Okay, yes, freedom. Let me tell you, I never thought. I've been taking our freedoms for granted. I never thought speech, to be able to assemble, to create. And I think that, I want to, for those of you who are still out there, teachers, pets in the classroom, or who will watch later on, let's do something together. Let's create something. I'll do it here, you do it there, whatever it is. Let's have a meeting. We'll create a Zoom meeting just for us to create something that we can take a stand, that we can say, not our bodies, not now, because it is our right to choose. Informed choice, it is our right. And of all those lessons that I've learned along the way, I will fight for it. I will take a bullet. And that was the name calling, just the name calling. And I said to my husband, just like, and by the way, Brooke, this needs to be a meme. If I would take a bullet for this freedom, I can handle you calling me names. So if you don't believe what I believe, that's fine. We probably have more in common than we don't have in common. We probably have more in common. Don't stick on that one thing that is different. Look at all the other things, that you're enough, that love is the answer, is the solution to all our problems. Fear is the opposite of love. People think it's hate, but hate is a subset of fear. I learned that. But if somebody can prove to me otherwise, I'll learn that too. Okay, so let me see if there have been any texts. Oh, they want to update my phone, so I won't let them do that too. I have to control that one as well. So remember, we still have the vaccine book, the Neil Z. Miller's Critical Vaccine Studies. Everything you want to know, what these antigens do in your body. We still have Food Sanity with David Friedman. Okay, those are 2 books. So let me see. Let's create something. Just text me or instant message me. Okay, so Victoria, quarantine the sick, not the well. I've said that all along, and I was told I was crazy and that I needed to be quiet about it. And I believe that that's what we've always done. If you are sick, stay home. I don't care if you have pink eye. Just stay home. Just be courteous to others. That should be common practice, not shut down the whole country. And I know that there are things that have to happen because there's a lot of pressure to do things a certain way. We have been manipulated for a long time. And I hope that at the end of this, 2020, when we're talking about how will 2020 be remembered, and I'm going to write that down, 2020 be remembered. I want to be those last my comments. Okay, so Victoria, I agree with you 100%. And Kay, I love Judy Mikovits as well. Please continue to support. And anybody who says anything negative hasn't done the research, hasn't met her, hasn't sat down and have a conversation, hasn't studied her files. So there'll be a lot of people saying negative things about Judy. Listen, they tried to kill her many times. 5 years, but she's still around. I'm telling you, grace of God, the grace of God, she's still around. And if someone could prove to me that she's lying, prove without a shadow of a doubt, then I will back off that comment. Rebecca's thanking Bob. Bob, we all need to thank Bob. He sent such a beautiful, generous check for my birthday and my AnniBirthary as well. Norm, it says, good morning and happy birthday. Thank you so much, Norm. Thank you so much for all your comments and for sticking around, students in the classroom. I want to make sure that you remember William Casey. Remember that name, William Casey, 1981. When he said, and I'm gonna repeat it again, look it up. Don't believe anything I say, please. Consider it. Be curious about it. Don't be disrespectful. I will listen to your perspective and I will look into it. Disrespectfulness is I'm just fearful that you could be right. And I'm so convinced that I am right. But what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong? How will 2020 be remembered? How will 2020 be remembered? Will this be remembered as the year where we actually take back our rights and our freedoms, or will we be more enslaved? This is scary times. These are scary times. I will admit to it, but we need to stay focused. We need to be about truth. So for everything that's negative about a topic, there has to be an opposing view. It is just the way it is. Disease is not about politics. It's not about Democrats, Republicans, communists, socialists. It's not about that. Disease is about deficiencies. We all have them and we all fall short. I fall short. Hey, I'm the first one to say 20% of the time, 80% of the time, I do really well. Maybe 90% of the time. But when I do choose to have whatever I want to have, that 20%, I know my body will forgive me because I will quickly ask for forgiveness and change it. Go back to the way I eat. I'm human, and I do. And I don't want you to think I am like eating 100% raw vegan and doing all the things that help my body. No, I'll have a glass of wine from time to time. I'll have adult beverage from time to time. And I'll have organic, non-GMO corn chips from BJ's. I will have that with my incredible homemade guacamole. So those are all the things that I have done in my life. And so I want us to all, if you have that piece of cake or whatever it is, don't be the bully in your head. I remember Mark Travis, when I spoke with him, getting over my fear of I'm not enough. I couldn't even look into the camera. I couldn't look into a camera and speak. I had to get over this little girl that I thought I had dealt with that wasn't enough. The ugly, ugly little girl who everybody thought was a boy. And I think that that's why I had the implants put in. And look where that ended. They had a good run. But from the accident, the pain that I was in, not only did I have them removed, I didn't have them replaced because I learned about that. There are some documentaries out there, and I want you to write these documentaries down. Cancer, the Forbidden Cures, and see what happens to the real doctors who want to make a difference and how they're shut down when they prove. And they send it to the FDA, but it's not looked at. That cancer can be cured. And I can't say that legally. So cancer can't be cured. Your body can. I could say that legally. So those are the things that we have got to look at. The documentary, The Bleeding Edge. That's a documentary out there. There's another documentary called The Planet of the Humans. That's where we learn how all this green stuff isn't so green. It creates problems. We got to look beyond what we're being told. What will 2020? Gosh, it's clarity, 2020 vision. It just hit me right now. I'm having a realization. The year 2020, will it be about clarity, or will it be about more dishonesty, more enslavement? What will it be for you? I choose to make a difference, and I will continue for as long as I can to speak the truth that I have learned. If that changes, I will be the first one to say, hey guys, this is something that's been revealed. And now this changes everything, because things have changed quite a bit. The person who started this race is different than the person who stands before you or sits before you, who's looking at you. And I want to tell you, through these 9 years, even if I can't see you for the most part, because I have met some wonderful people through the Heal Tribe, they're now my friends that are coming to celebrate my AnniBirthary at the beach, where I love to be. So these are the people that, even though I can't see you, I feel you. I feel you. And if you would have told me 10 years ago, 12 years ago, that I would believe what I believe today, heck, I was the bully that said, nonsense, and gave my son Ritalin. I vaccinated my children, but I didn't know any better. I believed my doctors. I gave away my power. And I will have to live with that. And fortunately, I have forgiven myself. I've asked, I've done my Ho'oponopono and my butterfly hugs. I've asked for forgiveness. I've said, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's been great. Ho'oponopono. I want to do a video on that. I want to be able to do a meditation on that and give it to all of you who become a part of the classroom, because that's been very good. I'm going to be talking to Dr. Michelle Lamassa Schrader today at 2:15. I should be going out and celebrating, but that's what I'm doing today. And so I am just thrilled. I am thrilled to have the opportunity to use the microphone to bring something different. And I remember when I first started singing, it came as a result of losing a child. I had a miscarriage. And I was so angry with God that he gave me something I wasn't ready for, because I was in a bad marriage. It wasn't a horrible marriage. It was a marriage where I did not feel valued or appreciated or loved. And when I asked the question, do you love me? The answer was no. And so at that's what happened at the end. But during that time, you feel these things, you know these things. And I remember at the time, it was after my first child, my sisters were all pregnant. Both Linda and Asia were pregnant. And I became pregnant. And I knew that things weren't right in my marriage. And it took me 24 hours and I was okay with it. But on the 9th week after I accepted it, I miscarried. I was so angry with God. How could you do this to me? How could you do this to me? And about 6 months, I did go to church. I took Brittany to church. But I didn't talk to God. God and I were not in the kind of space that we are today. And I remember listening to some music that just mesmerized me. And being the young daughter, being the little sister, my sister and I would harmonize and she'd say, boy, you sing awful. And so I thought I sang awful, but I just had to sing. I don't know what it was about that song music. And so I went to the choir director and tried out. And I remember it was around 6 months after my miscarriage. I said, I was told I couldn't sing, but for some reason, I want to try out for this. It was contemporary Christian music. And he said, come on down. I said, well, my 13-month-old baby is get some Cheerios, come on down and try out for it. So he asked me to sing. And I think I sang Amazing Grace. I didn't know what key. I don't read music because that was another thing I didn't do when I was a kid. I quit playing the piano. And my grandmother said, if I quit playing the piano, learning how to play the piano, she wouldn't love me. I was 9 or 10 at the time and I ended up quitting. And so I took this unlovable, good for nothing little girl everywhere I lived, everywhere I was. And so I remember opening my mouth to sing. And I think it was Amazing Grace. And the piano, the music director stopped. And I thought, oh man, my sister was right. I can't sing. He puts his hand over his heart. He turns around and he says, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. See, when I tell you I've been waiting for you to tune into the classroom, someone was waiting for me. And he went to the back of the church in the sanctuary and he brought me some music by Amy Grant. The song is called So Glad. And he handed me and he says, I've been waiting for you and I need for you to sing this. And he played it. And then he says, because I don't read music. And so he played it and then I sang it. The song answered why I had a miscarriage. God knows exactly what to give you. But unless you're open in that moment of revelation, unless you are open, you'll miss the miracle. You will miss the miracle. I remember that moment. I think I cried for 48 hours straight, asking God for forgiveness, for doubting that all things work out for the good of all who love. God and I have a different relationship today because of that loss. So that loss was never a loss. Thank you, Robert. I'm telling you. So for those of you who have lost a child, go back and look at what you've learned. And if everything that you've learned is negative, then look again. Pick up, look under the rock, look everywhere that you can. Because I promise you, there's a miracle in there. The story of this miracle goes deeper. I didn't see it as that God took away my child and then that punished me. God spared me because God knew my relationship couldn't handle a child who would have been disabled. Well, later on, I'm going to tell you the story. If you guys want to hear the story, you guys are still listening, I'll tell you the story. And maybe I should do a class on this story because it was life-changing. So later on, you know, I've got Brittany now. The marriage got better for a short time. During that time, we conceived Blake. Brittany and Blake, oh my gosh, they were the ones that were born in my heart. Ashley and Matthew were born in my womb. No, did I say that backward? Brittany and Blake were born in my womb. Ashley and Matthew were born in my heart when I married Robert. So you can tell, you can tell that there was a difference. There was anyway. So later on, now I'm married to Robert. Brittany and Blake are part of my life. Ashley and Matthew are part of my life. We're going to be celebrating 26 years married on July 9th, and Ashley's birthday as well, but she hasn't forgiven us for that yet, for marrying on her birthday. So what happened was there was this woman who had a quadriplegic. He had cerebral palsy, but he didn't have any muscle control. He didn't have any, and I remember there were certain things that had happened that when I had my miscarriage, the doctor told me at the time that possibly that child would have been a child that had disabilities. Well, I knew I couldn't handle that. And so there was a part of me that felt grateful that I was spared, but that's not where the story ends. I remember looking at this woman with this child who couldn't do anything. And he was taking his first communion, and she would take it and she would put it in his mouth. And I looked into her eyes and she was tired. She looked older than her age. To me, that's what I saw. And I prayed and I said, God, why didn't you spare her? Why did you spare me? But the story continues. 6 years, maybe 3 years, 1 year. I don't remember how much time went by. There was an ad in the bulletin asking for people to go with patterning to help this person with their child mimic motions and movements. And she was looking for a team of people that would come in and help her. So I asked the girls if they wanted to help, if we wanted to respond to that and help this person asking for help, that they had a child. I didn't know who this person was. Many years had gone by, and guess who it was? That woman that I prayed and I said, why didn't you spare her? Well, this is where it gets deeper. So are you still with me? Are you still with me? Do you want to hear more? So this is where it happens. I spent time with this woman and her son. And Ashley, Brittany, Blake, I think was too young, because maybe Blake was a part of it. I don't remember. And we all were his arm. One of them was a leg. One of them was another arm. The other one was another leg. And we patterned crawling, and we patterned swimming, and we patterned. And so the whole concept was that the mind needed to catch up with the body. And so she had learned that, but she could not afford the therapy. So we became her therapist. And part of what she was doing was she would take her son and she would bounce on a ball. And his little eyes would go everywhere. And I didn't see an old person. I didn't see a tired person. I saw a person who loved beyond my capability, who was able to take care of a child who deserved a person like her. talk about a moment that just blew me away. You see, we're not done growing. We're not done learning until we take that final breath, something that I thought was a spare. Like God spared me. Yeah, because God knew I couldn't handle because of my selfishness. But you know what? She got the blessing of loving beyond what I thought was capable. I later wrote a talk, and I mentioned her in my talk. I told the whole story. She knew it was her, and I knew she knew I knew. As she was sinking in her seat and listening to my story of how I went from thinking that God had spared me. First, God punished me, God spared me, God punished me, God spared. God doesn't punish anyone. God gives us opportunities for growth. God, creator, whatever, energy, source, whatever you want to call God. I don't think God is sitting there going, you need to call me God. No. God, to me, this is my opinion with my research of studying God's word, shows me that many of us have God wrong. We have God wrong. We judge God the way we judge the world. God does not judge us that way. God probably looks at us going, when will she learn that she's loved and enough? When does she know? Yes, I spared her. Yes, I gave her a gift. Yes, look at the gifts and everything, even if at the moment they seem a curse. So there was a story, and I promise you, I'm gonna cut this one off. Because I will have to probably break this into segments, right? Okay, there's a story of a farmer. And I haven't told the story in a long time, so I'm just going by my heart. And so I know God will give me, and the story will come to me. I trust that. And so there was this farmer in a faraway land, in a village. And all he had was a horse. That was it. He had a horse, and his son and his horse, they would plow the land, and that's how they would cultivate the land. And so one day, let me see. Let me gather my thoughts. So the story's called Is That So? So basically, the man plows the field, and there's a storm, and there's a terrible, terrible storm, and his horse leaves. And the village goes, oh, how unlucky he is. And the farmer says, maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see. So then a horse comes back and brings other horses. And so the son gets on. So the townspeople go, oh, that's great. Look how lucky you are. And the farmer says, maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see. And so then the son goes on to the horse, that's the wild horse that came in, to ride it. And the horse bucked until the son flew out and broke his leg. And the townspeople said, wow, what a bad luck he has. His son broke his leg. And the farmer said, maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see. And then that country went into war. So they wanted to take all their eligible men to fight the battle. When they came to the farmer, the son had a broken leg. And so he was bypassed. And so the people said, oh, how lucky you are. Maybe yes, maybe no, we'll see. So the moral of the story, and I know I don't know if the story continues. That right now I'm drawing a blank, but just know that things are happening today for a reason, a purpose. Everything that we've learned in the past, whether you are excited about it or not excited about it, maybe yes, maybe no, we'll see. It is for us to look back. If we don't want to look at it because we're ashamed, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Ho'oponopono is a tool that you can use as a meditation to recall all the wrongs, the harms that have been done to you or done for you. Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see. So I want to encourage you to also go to the 100% responsibility page. I've talked to you guys about that and how you can take ownership, because if you created it, then you can uncreate it. Let's stop giving our power away. This is a time, 2020. How will you remember this year? Clear vision, see truth, take the red pill, whatever you want to call it. It's time. It is time to seek your truth. Will it be to your advantage? Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see. But whatever happens will be for the good of all. Romans 8. So with that, we still have the coaching. No one's claimed the coaching. No one's claimed Miller's review of critical vaccine studies. And maybe you already have a copy. Maybe you already won the copy. Food Sanity. All you have to do to claim the coaching, you either, if one person claims it or if 3 people claim it, and I'm going to give you guys until tomorrow to claim it, okay? So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube later on, or listening to the podcast, 407-373-5959. What we have available is Food Sanity. We have available critical vaccine studies. So we have these 2 books. We also have 3 hours of personal coaching by me. 3 hours. So if one claims it, you get all 3. But if more than one person, you'll split the tab. I just want to be fair to all. 407-373-5959. Now, real quick, I'm going to read any comments that are there that I did not see to thank you all and honor you for taking the time to be in the classroom today, for being at that moment where, okay, so let me see how I can go. It's really tricky, but I always get it eventually. Okay, here we go. So we have, I think that's the last one I saw was Norm. So Kay, you gave your daughter Adderall. You know, there are doctors that have lost lives because they have been able to reverse autism, ADHD, ADD. I've known little kids that have grown into incredible human beings. And you know what? Whether we gave it to them or not, that's the past. My son is an amazing, amazing man. Amazing man. So whether I gave it to him, he has made the best out of his life. And so I hope that you have given yourself that break. So, Kay, I just want you to, I want to share that. I share your pain, but everybody will make the best of what they're given or what they take. Tara, good morning. Thank you so much. Viv, so nice to see you. Thank you so much for my anniversary birthday gifts, my AnniBirthary. And then there's more here. Hold on a second. There's a card from, thank you, wishing you a special day. Thank you so much. Lisa Geyer. Hello, Lisa of Live Longer Medical. Thank you so much for for tuning in. She said, happy birthday. And Rebecca, I've enjoyed your show so much today. Gotta go to work now. You've left me in tears, but I am determined to make it the best day ever. Well, you put me in tears too. So, okay, here we go. Thank you for sharing your story from Tara. Thank you so much for all of you and everything that you do. Please share, like, go to BitChute and subscribe. We're up to, last I checked, 20 subscribers. But you know what? We're at over 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're at, let's see. I don't have the number right now, but it's like 3,300. And on Facebook, we're on 4,000. We are growing, but we need to continue to grow more. Because if you think you're done growing, put a chalk line around you because you're dead. That is the final release. And then what happens after that? We don't know. We don't know what we don't know, but I trust that I will be given an opportunity to make things right. Right on. So thank you so much for being a part of the classroom, for being the teacher's pets. Let me remind you, 407-373-5959. The books that we have left over are Food Sanity and this Miller's Review, Critical Vaccine. I'm just surprised that it's got everything you need to know about what's in these are the studies that have been done by people that are not the pharmaceutical industry. So Tara, what did you say you want? Oh, you want coaching. Okay, so let me tell you about the coaching. So I'm giving 3 hours away. So if by Friday, if only one person has claimed the coaching, that person gets 3 hours. But if by Friday we have more than 2 people, 3 people, or if whatever, we'll split the 3 hours. So in what I do as a certified life coach is I take your life in a quadrant. I break you into 4 pieces, because have you ever noticed people that are really good at their careers, but they're on their 5th marriage? Not judging, but I'm just saying they're on their 5th marriage, or maybe they're workaholics, and their life, their private life, their spiritual life, maybe their body is out of balance, whatever it is. And then there's relationships, people that have hurt you in the past that you refuse to, maybe that you want to make better. Maybe you have some great relationships. We take your life and we put it into what you want for all those things. Because I'm more than a mom. I'm more than a radio host. I'm more than a career woman. I'm more than a person who gives back. I'm more than a spirit, mind, and body. I'm more than that. So we consolidate it and compartmentalize as well. Those are different things that we're good at. And so the coaching classes, normally, I think it was $125. And if you're a listener, I think it's at $100 an hour. And I take very little clients. And so because this whole class is a free coaching class. But if you want private coaching, then that's what we do. Our first gathering is to discern what you want for your career, finance, education, for your spirit, mind, and body, for your relationships, and how you want to give back. Because you just can't take, you got to give too. We got to give as well. And so if any of you are interested in the coaching session for free, if you're watching still and you want, or if you're listening later on, tomorrow I will, well, you know what? I'm busy tomorrow. So how about if I give it until Monday? So I'm going to do it till Monday for the coaching, and Monday for the first, hey, the first ones that claim, did somebody claim this book already? The Picos, Robert, do you know? I don't think anybody has claimed this one either. So if you have polycystic ovarian syndrome and you want to learn how to live with this, I think this is a book that we're giving away. All you have to do is claim it. Be the first caller or texter, 407-373-5959. Okay, for those of you who are coming in right now, once we get 3 people that are wanting to do that, then I'll stop and I'll say, okay, you guys win. But if we get more, then we can only start with 3. So if I said Myrna, she's already claimed it. I don't know, Tara. Tara, I don't know if you've claimed it, but there's Food Sanity that we're also giving away, and Miller's Review of Critical Vaccines studies. These are studies that he's taken one by one. So these are the 3 books, I think. And if this one's not available, I had it here. If it's not available, then I apologize, but still try. So if it is available, the first one after this disclaimer will get the prize. Now, I know I have gone long, and Oh, Tara, yes. So, okay. So right now, Tara and Myrna are getting 1.5 hours. But if I get one more person who wants coaching, then it'll be every one of you will have a 1-hour visit. If not, it'll be a 1.5 hours. And you never know, what I'll do after that. Because, I just absolutely I'm a problem solver. I'm really good at it. But here's the deal. Sometimes our strengths are our weaknesses too. And in that coaching, we learn about what's working for us and what's not working for us. And we tweak them. We become aware of it. If we created it, we can uncreate it, not to shame, fault, blame, or duty, just to take ownership of our life. If you're ready for that, bring it. I've got one more person if you want that coaching session. So for now, I am going to say, I love you all. I feel you all. And I am so beyond grateful. 2020 is about clarity. How will you remember it? And by the way, I want to hear what your lessons have been in the classroom. What are your favorite teachers? Send me your emails. I love getting emails at lily@whenyounneedafriend.com. You can text me at 407-373-5959. You can IM me, or you can make a comment. I will read it. Eventually, I will read it. So for now, see, we're going on 2 hours. Whoa, didn't even know what that was going to happen. But I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you again. Just remember, we have watch parties Mondays and Fridays, and live classes Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I look forward to